Hey peeps, my name is Naisha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm back on Romance Club and I'm going to talk about W Time Catcher. Also, I'm sorry that the end development is in the way. If you watch my Garden of Eden video, I'm gonna call it Garden of Eden Part 2. If you watch that one, I talked a little bit about like doing other stories on like my two different accounts I have. And this account I play one of the stories I play is W Time Catcher. It's called W Time Catcher. I know I saw Welcome 23. He's playing this. I would definitely link his playlist below. He called it Time Catcher. It's actually called W Time Catcher. But either way, so as you can see, they gave us how many chapters they gave us? I want to say they gave us they gave us 3 because we stopped at 7. Well, yeah, I stopped at. I want to say yeah. I think I stopped at 7 and stuff like that. But also spoilers. There will be spoilers, and if I miss anything, I apologize. It's been a while, and I'm surprised I didn't do this video at all. I don't know why I didn't think. I guess my mind wasn't on it, and I apologize for that. But don't worry, I would definitely do it. But W Time Catcher is the 34th book released on the mobile game Romance Club. This book was released in July 2023. The author of this book is Irina H., who also wrote Theodora. It says, please note this book is ongoing, so this page is being constantly updated as we learn more about it. I would definitely put like the page that I'm on, because I'm on like the summary page that talks about it. But the plot of this story is a witch who lived in the shadows find her way into the magical community. She is about to encounter many dangers and mysteries, among them a legend about a source of power and a conspiracy against the church. Now, here's a disclaimer. This story is set in an alternate universe. While it may contain references and descriptions of real life institutions, events, and personalities, it does not claim to be accurate in its depiction. Now, your gameplay features. It says most choices you make for your main character in this book influence one of the following variables: Sun and Ministry, gentle and emotional; Moon Aries, aka composure and restraint, which define your character's personality; as well as Status, which relates to her standing among people; and Power of Present, which is connected to your character's magical power. These choices change the story, the interaction you have with other characters, and the scenes you will be able to play. Now, I'm gonna call the main character Nova by default. That's not the name I gave her, but I didn't want to keep like just in case I be like, man, what's her name and stuff like that. I'm going to go by Nova to like just tell you the whole like to tell you what's going on with Nova and stuff like that. But she does have love interests. It says, please note that at this stage, it has not been confirmed which characters are in-game and which ones are casual love interests. We have Sheen, Onyx, Vesper, Lucian, Renato. Now, Sheen, if I'm not mistaken, Sheen is a warlock. And let's get to know about Sheen. Sheen is a warlock. The main character, Nova, meets in the Magisterium cell at the beginning of the book. He's a powerful warlock, loyal, and brave. However, he's not particularly well liked, as he can be pretty hard to talk to. Despite this, he has a gentle soul. Sheen's past is overgrown with rumors, and to get close to him, the person needs to fight their way through his defenses. Now, his relationship with some of the characters, with Vesper, he is Vesper's right hand man. They've known each other for a very long time. Onyx, who is the Animorph, by the way, they work together in the Incineration Alliance, but they do not like each other. Jorge, his friend, however, Sheen won't agree with this statement, which I thought was interesting. The next love interest is Onyx. Now, the thing about Onyx is that you could make Onyx into a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. But yeah, Onyx is an Animorph who is tasked with watching and protecting Nova before she can meet Vesper. First time Nova sees them is a black cat, and you can choose its gender. They are Unbound, a cat that walks wherever they want and occasionally take on assignments as they are excellent spies. Onyx has a room in the Vesper nest, but rarely spends the night there. Onyx is brave and doesn't have a deep relationship with anyone until now. However, they are the star of any party, an attention magnet. They know how to cheer people up, and everyone loves them. And you could get to know some of the different relationships that Onyx have with other people. I know you do meet someone called Dee Dee, and Dee Dee, you don't really get to know Dee Dee that much, just a little bit, but it does says they one of his relationships is Dee Dee. They have a very friendly relationship, and Onyx likes to spend time in her shelter and stuff like that. And I will get more into that later, but let's get back to Vesper. Now, Vesper is a prominent witch in the Others society, hiding in plain sight, posing as Nina, an ordinary woman. After Sheen told her about the meeting with Nova, she decided to recruit her for reasons still unknown. She was the supreme witch of the local coven before it disbanded. She loved training the other witches. Vesper didn't want the coven to break up, but the other witches decided they didn't want to take any more chances. Now she's a businesswoman with her own agency, a large real estate agency, money, and power. When it comes to her business, Vesper always looked for solution to any problem that might potentially arise. She claims that she wouldn't have been able to achieve even a third of what she has if she wasn't posing as an ordinary, but she is tired of hiding. She owns a building, Nest, that shelters the others who don't have their own safe house, and they can stay as long as they need. Important meetings take place at the Nest too. Vesper doesn't live there, but visits often. Vesper is a very principled woman who believes in her ideas. She plans of changing the world for the better and think it is an achievable reality. She lives for the cause and does a lot for the magical community. And for the others who live in the nest, they believe and trust her. Her allies take her directions seriously out of gratitude and respect. And then her relationships with different characters. With Nova, who is your main character, and you can name Nova whatever you want. With her, it could be either professional, friendly, or romantic. I know I chose friendly for her. Vesper is close with Sheen. That's her right hand man. Onyx does assignments for Vesper and has a room, but he rarely spends the night. She has a relationship with Lucian. Lucian is Constantino's clan representative when it comes to cooperation with Vesper. It was her initiative, the alliance with the vampires, and this collaboration is very new. Jorge is her herbalist, and he lives in um, the nest that she provided. And Sapo is her owl and her familiar. Um, let's go to Lucian. Now, Lucian is a vampire who Nova meets at Vesper Nest. He belongs to Constantino's clan and does assignments for the Patriarch. He is his clan's representative when it comes to cooperation with Vesper. It was her initiative, the alliance with the vampires, but this collaboration is very new. Lucian is straightforward, but he has the stereotype that that his everywhere could be deceptive, and he is used to play this role. Now, again, you could have a friendly or romantic relationship with Lucian. I chose to be romantic because Lucian fine. Like, whenever some of y'all get to play this, I just want to let y'all know Lucian and Shin, they fine. Onyx a cutie too. Like, he a cutie too. Because I chose him to be a guy. He's a cutie too, but yeah, he fine. His relationship, but yeah, he could be friendly, romantic with Nova. His relationship with Vespa, again, he's a representative of his clan, and he's just cooperating with, Vespa, and this is new, so yeah. And then they talk, and then he has a relationship with his patriarch of his clan, whose name is Constantino. He does come up a lot. And then we got Renato. Now, Renato, I'm just going to say spoilers. But it's only a little bit. But it says, Renato is a priest who was assigned to conduct the first stage of Nova's initiation. He uses her real name despite her being undercover. And there's only one possible relationship, which is Nova, which is a possible love interest. And the only reason why I said spoilers on him, because there's more to the story that you won't realize. And we're going to give you Nova's backstory as well, the character that you will be playing. Now it says, Nova is a witch who lives in the shadows but finds her way into the magical community at the beginning of the book after being caught by the Magisterium of Preternatural Affairs for stealing. She is an uninitiated witch, so she doesn't have a brand. Nova chose this path to blend and not attract attention until now, at least. She is a time catcher. That means she has an ability to break through veils time. As for now, only short periods. The state she enters when she looks into the past is called Fata Morgana. Nova has one of the extremely rare types of magic, and therefore it attracts the interest of those who become aware of her. Although present usually manifests itself during adolescence, with Nova it was clear right away. Her parents didn't like having a witch daughter since they were both ordinary, but they didn't give her up to a shelter for others, so she grew up with them. As soon as she became old enough, she moved out to live on her own, but decided she'd rather not get marked, which is a consequence of the initiation. So Nova lived discreetly, somewhere between others and ordinary. She didn't know anyone from the magic community. After Nova was fired of her work as administrative employee at a museum, she tried to find a new job. She received several refusals for being a witch, and after running out of money, she lost her patience and decided to use presents to steal, but it failed, and she ended up in the Vatican's dungeon, where the story of this book begins. And again, it just tells you about the love interest that she could have. Sheen, Onyx, Vesper, Lucian, Ronaldo, other characters like Jorge can become her friend. Um, Also, you do get another spoiler is that you do get a familiar in this book, and you can have Onyx be your familiar if you want to. However, it is going to be complicated, and here's why it's going to be complicated, because I'm going to get started on talking about chapter 1 to 10 and stuff, because like chapter 11 is in development, it's not out yet. But before I do that, sorry y'all, I need some water because this is about to be a bumpy ride. Now, from what I read to you guys, and Nova's story, basically, she in episode 1, she starts out in the Vatican's like dungeon because she was stealing. That's where she meets Sheen. Sheen, of course, he's there on purpose. Like, he's there to get something for Vesper. And of course, he helps Nova out and things like that. And of course, he does tell Vesper about Nova because Vesper sends Onyx a cat to basically watch over Nova. And once Nova does get into trouble, Onyx does help. And again, you can choose the gender of Onyx, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, while you with Onyx, you get to know each other a bit. You also get to like help out others if you want to. Like, I know there's a guy named Marcus. You get to help him out. It does say like plot affected, so I'm assuming that like there's gonna be something to it. I'm not sure. But basically, you are on your way to meet Vespa when you finally do meet. Well, you also meet Dee Dee, who I talked about a little bit not too long ago, about how Onyx like enjoys her company. I'm gonna be honest, I like Dee Dee. She's a fresh breath of air. I hope it probably won't be this season, but I hope the season to come that we get more of Dee Dee, because I like to know more about her, because she is a witch that has a shelter and she helps people and things like that. So it would just be nice to know more about Dee Dee. Anywho, we get to the nest. When we finally get to the nest and we meet Vespa and stuff like that, of course, she tells Nova like all she needs, like she tells her thing on a need to know basis, because she doesn't know Nova from a can of paint and stuff like that. And tells her like if she's gonna stay there, she's got to work for her keep, like stuff like that. And of course, as Nova has nowhere else to go, she decides to do it. She also becomes more friendly with everyone that like I mentioned. She like with Vespa, Lucian, Sheen, Onyx, you know, even Jorge. But like Jorge's not a love interest; he's just a friend. But yeah. Anywho, and then of course, like once Vespa gets to know her a bit, she wants to like test her to see if she could join her alliance, because again, Nova's power is a time catcher. She could go through time and stuff. So it's a cool little power and rare gift to have. There's not that many of them. So of course, she goes through the initiative. She finds out that it's a test, see if she could be trusted. She passed and things like that. She's into the Incineration Alliance. And basically, the goal of the Incineration Alliance is to find the source, because if they find the source, I guess, is a way to make like the others, to help the others basically be equal to humans, because in this society, others are deemed second rate citizens. Think of Marvel. Think of like think of dang it. Think of like Professor X and stuff like that. Think of the Marvel comics. I don't know why I can't. The X-Men. Think of that, like how mutants in that world are treated as second-class citizens. This is exactly how others are treated, and there are different types of others. There are witches, warlocks, vampires. There's probably some animorphs, um, and things like that. So there's probably a lot more that we don't know about. Yeah, but so far that's what is going on. And of course, again, Vespa just trying to make the world better for everyone. And I thought it was pretty cool and decent. Until until we get to chapter, I wanna say either chapter 8 or 7. I want to say chapter 8 or 7. And the reason why I'm silent is because in chapter 8, and brace yourself, y'all, because I was shocked. In chapter 8, I found out that Nova, I ain't name her this. I'm going to tell her what I name her. I name her Gaia. I found out that Gaia, the person that I created, basically is working as a spy. Like, she's working for the church. Y'all heard that correctly. She's working against her own people. She's working against the others. She's trying to destroy the others to save him. Like, I was like, what in the... I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to give up on this book as soon as I read that. I was like, excuse me? She's doing what? I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. She's doing what? I was thinking to myself, rebuke it, Jesus. Rebuke it. Because why would she do this? That's not right. That's not fair at all. Like, why would you work against your own people? That's just disrespectful. I was so mad about this and stuff like that. And that's where Renato comes into play. That's why I said Renato, like, that's why I said spoilers. But Renato comes into play because he is also, like, helping her work against the others as well. Like, and I'm like she's working with the Cardinal and stuff like that. She's doing everything for the Cardinal. She's trying to get the source too, to give it to the Cardinal and to destroy the others. And I'm thinking to myself, what in the absolute fuckery is this? I was like, never, I'm sorry, but never in a million years have I ever played an interactive story game that I'm the enemy, that I'm the traitor. I was shocked. I was like flabbergasted. I was like, you can't tell me nothing. You would thought like you would you would thought I killed someone's like pet the way I was gasping and was like, no, no, like you would have thought I harmed somebody, because I was shocked, flabbergasted and stuff. And I was like, oh my God. Was just can't believe that it was real, but it's real. Like, we get to know the fact, and throughout 8, 9, and 10, because again, like I said, with 1 through 7, not too much plays out. You just getting to know the characters, you getting to know the relationship of them. Again, you get chosen to be in the alliance. You have to get part of the initiation, which you do, and stuff like that. However, with 8 to 10, you get to know Nova's like double life. You get to know like like things, and then you also realize that she could be telling lies. And here's why I said I think she could be telling lies. When she says like, because she does bring up her parents in the previous episodes, earlier episodes, where she said how they didn't like her, but you know they didn't like her, that she was on there, but they didn't give her up because in one I'm thinking like around 9 or 10, there's a flashback of her me in her dad's office, and her dad and she's about to practice her magic, and her dad always say like wait until he's home to practice it. So it makes me think she could be lying about that. Like, I mean, I don't know if her parents didn't like her or not, but she could be lying about like the extent of it. Like maybe they may not like her, but they probably was using her, cause the place that she was at, like looked like she was living La Vida Loca. So I'm kind of curious to know more of that. But however, back to the story itself. Once you find out that Nova is a traitor, and of course you know she has all these sad thoughts. Um, and not only that, I feel bad for doing this, but I made Onyx her familiar, and um, that could end tragic. Who knows? I'm hoping it does not, but that could end tragic. I did say on my other account I would play it again and pick another familiar and see what happens. And I would probably make like a follow up video about it. But overall, and then she has some tension with Onyx, basically with everyone, because she is falling for people. However, she knows that they are the enemy and stuff like that, but yet she's still conflicted. And so I'm just hoping that she's conflicted enough to go to the good side, because I'm telling you, I'm still flabbergasted. Like, guys, as soon as I read like what was going on, I was like, oh my God. You mean to tell me she is on the enemy side? I just thought that was crazy. I really did. I thought that was crazy. Like that she was on the enemy side. Like of all sides you could be on, you decided to be on the enemy side. Like Trick, you can't be trusted. In my opinion. Like you can't be trusted. Um Let me see if I missed anything. Because again, like I said, oh, again, she could, you know, she's been initiated. Now she has her full powers and things like that, so she could go back in time a lot more. Um, she still needs to train a lot more, but yeah, she still could do a good bit amount, and not get clutch. And basically, clutch is basically getting sick from overextending your powers. Um, and of course, everybody's excited for her and things like that. However, she's feeling guilty because she's basically playing in their faces. Like, she's basically playing in their faces. And I'm like, I'm flabbergasted. Like, y'all, I'm flabbergasted because I'm like, she playing in their faces. And I'm like, oh my God, how could she do this? Like, absolutely not. So, of course, I'm like, I don't know how to deal with it, but I'm still playing. But okay, so after after like she gets a familiar who is Onyx, um she and Vespa takes a walk. They waiting for Bia, who is Vespa's driver. Bia is nowhere to be found. So they go across the street to a cafe, um, where Nova is identified as a witch, and of course, you know, this guy, he is about to shoot her, and well, let me back up a little bit. After the whole initiation, I forgot to mention, after the whole initiation, um, Onyx had friend in the previous episodes, in the earlier episodes, that I forgot to mention. Apologize. Also apologize if this video is all over the place. Like I said, it's been a while since I played this, so bear with me. But Onyx had a friend named Talus. Well, not had a friend. The friend is still here, but the friend is a raven, and the raven is hurt and was cursed, and Nova helped help figure out what the curse was and to undo the curse so Talus could live. However, Talus is also an animal morph, and Onyx didn't know that. Um, however, that's something to keep in mind, and also that makes Onyx and Nova grow even closer because she helped save Talus. Now back to what I was saying. Of course, um, you know, um, of course, Honest is Nova familiar now, and of course because of what she's the enemy. This could end bad for her, and she knows they're gonna have to break the bond one of these days and stuff like that, because she knows that he's never going to is never going to sit right with him with what she's doing. And of course, again, she's getting close to these people. And like I said, so back to after they meet, the guy Vespa came to see, because they didn't only meet for a familiar, but the guy name is Narayan. Narayan wants to have more land so he could be out in the open and then away from ordinaries and people in general. And Vespa talks about that. Also, you can have a little moment with Vespa if you want to. Again, I decided to keep it friendly, only because, and here's the thing, with any romance club story, depending on what path you want to choose or how you want to play this, I chose to have it on good standing. Have her on good standing with people, even though she's being a bastard right now. I'm hoping she comes to the good side, because I was like, no. But anywho, Nova also has to meet with Renato, because again, they're trying to figure out where the source is and stuff as well. So, and also I forgot to mention that if you played episode 1, and you hear people talking and you see like a fireplace and stuff like that. That scene is very important because in chapter 8, I want to say, you realize that the cardinal was talking to Nova and he was saying all that stuff to Nova. And you realize that this is how she was like, she became a double agent. And stuff like that. And anywho, back to like, again, I stopped at like after talking about like Onyx and being close to Onyx, got back to Vesper, and you're at a cafe, and this guy noticed that you are a witch, I think, by the TV, because the TV plays your face. I want to say he knows that you're rich, and of course you stop him with, with your magic. However, also Onyx helps you out as well. So and then y'all end up like leaving. Vespa could have helped, but chose not to, which is understandable because she's posing as a human. Also, we find out what happened to Bia. Bia got beaten up, and Bia, not only is she other, but she's a mute. And I was like, I thought that was cool. That was a cool concept. Like, she's other, but she's mute, and the way she communicates with people is like through their mind. I thought that was pretty cool and stuff like that. I really did. I thought that was pretty cool. Excuse me, but I know when she was they was talking because B was explaining that she got jumped by these people who saw her mark, and she couldn't do nothing about it. Cause like others can't defend themselves against ordinaries. They automatically get in trouble for that, unfortunately. So she covers up her mark the best she can, and the people who beat her up start freaking out because it was like, wait a minute, now they thinking that she's human, like they thinking she's just like them because she was able to cover up her mark, and so they ran, and so now, she's beating up and stuff like that. Again, this is a moment where you could get close with Shin if you want to. I do. And same thing with Lucian. Like, I do want to say with 8 through 10, you can get close with everyone if you want to and stuff like that. Again, I chose to have Vespa as a friend and stuff like that only because, like I said, I just feel like Nova's making a horrible mistake, so trying to not burn any bridges, but yeah. Anywho, again, like I said, they trying to find the source because the source is the key to help them, I guess, feel like a better place. And the key to that is by like a painter that is no longer with them, and so they're trying to look for clues in his painting. And Lucian invites Nova to basically where the vampires be at. More importantly, Constantino's library, so that they could like search more on about the source and figure out like where to go. You feel me? Where to go looking for the source. And so, of course, they get closer and stuff. And because, like I said, Lucian foreign. Okay? He a foreign vampire. I'm just saying. But anyway, and he looks so good in purple. Purple is my favorite color, by the way. But we not here for that. Anywho, and like they do get closer and stuff like that. But before anything could like happen, chapter 10 ends in a cliffhanger. Basically, there's a commotion, and Lucian's like, "Get behind me, Nova," and that's where we left off. Now, to recap what I said, basically, Nova. First of all, to recap what I said, from chapters 1 to 10, basically, we think Nova is an innocent person who's just been dealt a shitty card. Find out and also find out that like there are others just like her. One in particular that's just trying to help everybody else, like all the others out, and just trying to build like a community to support one another and things like that, and also try to get to basically recruit Nova to be part of the alliance to help create a better place for others in general, as ordinaries equals, because that's what humans are calling us, ordinaries. And we come to find out that Nova, while playing in these people's face, because again, she's growing connection with these people, we find out that she's a double agent. That she's working for the church. That she wants to destroy all her people. And let me tell you, that leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. And not only that, it's like she's getting in too deep. She's conflicted, but she doesn't know what to do. And I'm thinking to myself, for the love of God, Nova, wake the hell up. But you know, it is what it is. What I will say is that Romance Club is doing they damn thing with this book, because I would have never thought of Nova being a double agent. Like, never in a million years would I thought Nova being a double agent. I never thought of that. I didn't even think she was a double agent. I just think she was dealt a shitty hand and stuff. All the others was dealt a shitty hand. Because it's like they got powers and that don't mean nothing. Don't mean for you to be rude and stuff like that. So, again, I'm thinking like, oh, they just got a shitty hand. Come the fucking find out that Nova is a double agent and she's working for the church. And she's trying to find the source for the church and to destroy her own people. And I'm still flabbergasted with that. And of course, with the cliffhanger we left on, we don't know what's going on. But other than that, this is a good story, and I do recommend people to read it and stuff like that. Also, just in case you're probably wondering, yeah, it says new episodes of this are currently being developed. We plan to release them from March 14 to March 16, meaning March 16, because they keep talking about March 14. I don't know why they keep putting March 14 to March 16 when it's really just March 16, because, again, like, some of these, not all of these, this only had 3 chapters and stuff like that. Well, no, I want to say 4. 3 to 4. Probably 3. But the point is, again, this is a good book. A good story to play. I do recommend people to play it. However, like, again, was just flabbergasted with the twist. I wasn't even expecting that twist. It's like, damn. But anywho, Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you think of the twist? Was you as shocked as I was? Like, how was your reaction? And also, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.